Hello class, good morning and welcome. This morning I want us to introduce ourselves to list boxes and how they are used in Visual Basic application. So without wasting my time, let's go into our Visual Basic app. Now list boxes are some sort of a container that we use to hold items. Okay, so you can have maybe regions of Ghana, all of them hold in a list box. Or you're talking about certain list of items, could be thousands, all held in a list box. So let's launch our app and see how the list box looks like. Okay, so let's go to new project. New project. You can title it ListBox app if you prefer. That is ListBox app. Don't make it ListBox. Other than that, it's going to conflict with some of the things. So that is, if you click OK, and then we are open to our new Windows form. Okay, so that's our new Windows form. That's our new Windows form. So a list box, just go to your toolbox. You have label, link label, and then what follows there is a list box. So just draw one of them, just like as usual, hold and drag it to the form. And then that is our list box. So like I said earlier, it's just a container that contains what? Items. So you can have items in them by default, or you can also make the user add items to the list box. So it is currently selected. So let's go to our property window, and then the name is ListBox1 by default. Now you can go to the collection items. So when you click in front, you see these three boxes. It is opened. It gives you this open box. So just type the items you want. For instance, we have, let's enter the regions of Ghana. Ashanti, okay, Volta, Oti, Oti, Savannah, Bono, Bono East, Bono East. We have Central, Eastern, etc. Oh, that is Eastern should be here. So that is Eastern, etc. We can go on and enter, but as soon as you click OK, your list box is now filled. So when you run, this list box contains these items by default. Okay, so that is our output, and you can see that the items we listed are already there. However, sometimes when you're developing an app, you don't want to pre-fill the list boxes unless the app is a predefined app like tourism app that contains a particular item that might not change. You may want the user enter what he wants to store into the list box. So you must be able to actually find a button or some means of adding items to the list box. So let's assume that the user wants to add items to the list box. How is he going to do that? There are several ways, but let's check some of them. So first of all, let's have one text box. Before we use the text box, let's add a button here. Then let's have one text box, or we need a label for inscription indication. Though this is one label, and then you can have a text box. So there's a text box in front of the label. So this text box is here. So that is our button. Let me drag this to a bit far. Oh, sorry, I didn't want to. Let me delete entirely, then go back to my phone. Okay, so I just want to, and then drag our list box here, drag this one here, and then the label should be there. That is our button. So this button, let's go to our label, and then this label is, we say enter score or enter region to add, enter a region to add. That's what the label is telling us. And then this button, the text is add. Okay, good. Now, one thing I didn't teach you, if you want to format all the controls together, you can just hold your left mouse button and then click from this end and then select the form. You see that the form will be selected. Okay, select up to a point, all the controls together. When you select this way, you release. When you go to your font, you just click in the middle here, and then you can format it once. I want it to be 10, bold, and then OK. So you see that all of them have been formatted at the same time. So enter a region, region to add. So let's come back. I can expand this one a little so that whatever we text will go in. So that is our text box. Okay. So let's code the add button so that whatever we enter into the text box, we can add it to the list box. So double click on that. Right. So just a simple code. List box 1 dot items dot add into bracket text box 1 dot text. That's all. This simple code will add anything you enter into the text box into it. So let's see. When I run, okay, now which region is not there? Western North. Yes, that's Western North. Western North. You add, it is added. Okay, you can enter. Now you can use something to reset this one. If you want, as soon as you add, it should leave so that you don't double click. And because if you double click, if you add the same thing, if you double click this one, whatever you enter here will appear twice. In order to avoid that, okay, you can add a code that as soon as you add, it should disappear. So you say text box 1 dot text is equals to empty string. Okay, so let's run again and see how this is done. So what region is left? Greater Accra. Greater Accra. We are adding Greater Accra region. Add. It is added. You see that the text box is now empty, so that you can fill whatever you need to fill again. Then, apart from, we have a Ahafo region. Ahafo region. Ahafo region. add. As soon as it adds, it goes away. Now, this avoids someone entering the same region twice. But should that happen, you should have a means of removing it from this one with another code. Okay, so this add can add by simply entering that code and this particular code. Now we can go to our form and add what? Remove button. So let's add one button to it so that we can remove an item from the list box. So this item that we've added, let's title it remove. Remove. Okay, so that's our remove button. Right, we didn't select to now we didn't format it like the rest. So if you're doing it, you can do all of them together. After that, you format the font using the style we just used. Let's double click on our remove and then code behind it. So here we say list box, list box 1. Okay, that is the default name, list box 1 dot items. Okay, items are here. Dot remove. We use that keyword remove. Okay, so let's put it into bracket. What are we removing? It's a list box 1. That's list box 1 dot selected. That is selected item. Okay, so that is selected item. That means whichever item is selected from the list box should be removed. So that is our code over here. Okay, now we select central, we remove, it is gone. Okay, we select OT, we click on remove, it is gone. So this code actually add, or that is removes a selected item from the list box. You can go on and on and on and on. So go through the book around page 113, there about page 114. You see a complete code of how items in here can be added, removed, sorted, counted, and a whole lot of things. So go through the code and design this particular one and add more of those buttons to it. I hope this has been informative. We're going to apply this list box in our next lesson, that is using loops. So stay tuned until I come your way. Take care of yourself. Bye.